Hello, what's up, everybody? How are y'all doing today? So, I have already recorded 2 other videos. I had to record like 2 fucking videos because on my Virgo video, I forgot that I was doing the planetary spread at the end of the video. Now, if you guys don't know what the planetary spread is, I'm gonna explain that in a moment. But first order of business, I am about to light some frankincense and myrrh incense. Once again, hello. This video is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and maybe Rising. But I kind of do Rising on a separate occasion. So look. I know I'm being kind of creepy right now, but I don't care. But look. Frankincense and myrrh. Getting back into that. I know a lot of you guys love to use sage and smudge, and if that works for you, that's fucking awesome. That's great. Frankincense and myrrh, the reason why I'm encouraging it is because so many of its properties, the resin especially, are great for depression and anxiety, which I am sure a lot of you guys are experiencing right now, especially considering the times that are going on in the world right now. So, all right, y'all. So with that being said, considering the times that are going on in the world right now, frankincense and myrrh is great for lighting as an incense. It's great for smudging with, especially sweet myrrh. I smudge with sweet myrrh so regularly, or even like healing copal is great, and benzoin and cedar, because a lot of these, with sage, you guys got to think about it. We live in a commercialized world. In the United States of America, there's millions of us, and we're talking about sage crops and sage plants that once went undisturbed are literally being ripped from the root to create these smudge sticks that we go to pick up from the metaphysical store, from the smoke shop, from wherever. We don't even know how this stuff is being harvested, you guys. So while sage is great, sage has many healing beneficial factors to it. Please think about how and where your sage is coming from and how it's getting to you. It's so readily available, but we don't want it to be a plant that we push into extinction just because this is the next wave. Like, I started off with sage. Sage was great, and it's like, but at the same time, to become sustainable for this plant, for our planet, I really do discourage using sage if you don't have to. There are so many other awesome resins out there to use, and like one of the things I'm really trying to get on is growing my own plants and drying them out. So easy to dry out your plants, like literally so easy. And making your own smudge sticks. You can make smudge sticks out of, I had a rosemary and lavender smudge stick. My sister made a smudge stick out of lavender. Literally 3 tiny, really cute smudge sticks that she made out of lavender. It was awesome. And it smelled so good. And it's just as effective as clearing out those bad energies. And you guys, thinking about it spiritually, on the spiritual realm, some of them energies be looking at sage, especially think about it like an antibiotic. When you take an antibiotic, certain antibiotics don't work for certain diseases. So, you trying to take a low grade antibiotic up against a major bacterial infection, that bacterial infection is going to laugh at that antibiotic, and not only laugh at it, but also take it and destroy it and genetically mutate it to work in its advantage. So with that being said, that's like some of y'all, when y'all be like, I feel the energy is really fucking bad in here, let me use this smudge stick. No. Okay? No. Like, there are so many other ways, and I know there's so many of you guys who are well along in your journey or just starting in your journey, and that's awesome. And what matters is that you start. My journey has literally been like crisscross applesauce. It's been so much, like so much I've learned along the way. So much and so much I still have to learn. Like I'm just happy to be finally at this point where I took the plunge to make a YouTube channel and to start my own business and doing tarot reading. So look, getting into it, we gonna light this frankincense and myrrh. We're gonna get started. Once again, frankincense and myrrh, great for depression and anxiety. Really good healing properties to it in terms of that. It helps to settle your mind, soothe, and even drive away them spirits. That spirit of depression, especially because that bitch is a heavy spirit. That is the spirit of your past. Don't let that bitch in your place and run your house. That's your house. This is your energy. All of this is yours. It belongs to you. Alright. So I'm going to just get this lit. I got the fan on in my room, so it's literally taking 50 years to light, which is fine. Sometimes I like to keep it on fire for a little bit. Let it get a nice smolder up in there. This right here. Okay, so getting into the thick of it here, we are going to start off your reading with the Universe Has Your Back oracle deck. Well, it's kind of like a message of encouragement type of deck. It's just like a bunch of cards of very encouraging messages, because literally we all need that right now. You know, this world, the energy just is so a lot. And we also got the heart chakra hang drums playing in the background. If you guys are hearing that, hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I find it to be very comforting and soothing, and it even like plays, it has like the mandala. It's on Meditative Mind. I would check it out if I were you guys. Meditative Mind has a YouTube channel. They're awesome. So all the cards are pre-shuffled and prayed over. I usually like to pre-shuffle and pray before I start the reading, so I can kind of jump into the meat of it and really get the reading going. Alright, I need one card for Libra. One card for Libra for the month of September. One card for Libra for the month of September. One card for Libra for the month of September. One card for Libra for the month of September. Okay. This card says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. As you can see, the owl is right above it. The owl being so wise. You know, the owl literally is the depiction of wisdom, esoterically. You know, and it's just like doing whatever it takes to get closer to that conscious state of mind. It's a beautiful path. And it's not always an easy one, but when you commit yourself to doing whatever it takes to be conscious, to be closer to consciousness, and consciousness really is however that looks for you. Like, consciousness isn't cookie cutter. Consciousness is not cookie cutter, not for any of us. So to add to that, I am going to pull two cards from the Soulful Woman deck. Now, for my readers who identify as male, like even ones who identify as non-binary, getting off into, you know, other identifications, just remember with you being human, we all identify as human, and every human has a masculine and feminine energy within them. That is how we were created. That is how we sustain creation within us, masculine and feminine energy. So although I am pulling from a deck that is entitled Soulful Woman, your soul does not have a gender. Your soul has energies. Your soul has a balance and a mix-up of beautiful energies within it. A lot of the time, this deck really like speaks on so many things that plague women and their insecurities, but I also feel like these are things that plague people and their insecurities, because we don't talk about these issues. Just because we don't talk about these issues amongst the masculine ones who identify as male doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It doesn't mean that it's not there. So, all right, you guys. You know what? I just said that I shuffled these cards. I really did. And I'm trying to shuffle them again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 cards from the Soulful Woman deck. 2 cards. 2 cards. 2 cards. All right. Okay. So I got love-based reality and in the flow. Love-based reality says, I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based reality. And as you can see in this card, her heart chakra is popping. Like, even her aura that shines around her head, it's white and it's luminescent. Like, it's in her face, it looks like she's at peace. There is peace because love reigns supreme. And when we talk about a love-based reality, man, when we talk about the concept of literally controlling your reality and controlling how you manifest and what you manifest around you, so much focuses on manifestation. But when you control your perspective on your reality from emotionally how you view it, not just emotionally, but just perspective, period. When you control perspective, literally, you control your reality. And with love-based reality, it's like a lot of the time we speak to the energy of letting love rule, of letting love be the center of our actions. We do things out of love. We set boundaries out of love of ourselves and others around us. You know, we make decisions out of love of ourselves and others around us. Because you love yourself, you can love outside of you that much more. Not many people do things strictly from a place of love these days, and a lot of the time the concept of love of self is so warped, where people think that, oh, me loving myself is putting myself constantly before others, me taking care of myself, me doing XYZ, me. No. Love of self really literally is taking a look at yourself, emotionally balancing out yourself, looking at yourself and seeing the parts of you that are thriving and the parts of you that need work, and accepting yourself lovingly in it every single day. Knowing that I'm struggling with this, but my struggle with this doesn't define me. My struggle with this doesn't mean that I don't love myself anymore. And taking it a step further, I'm struggling with this, so let me go ahead and take steps to ask for help or to do what I know I need to do in order to stop struggling with this. And even in terms of that, you know, loving yourself is so vastly beautiful, and it's just like in terms of let me just take care of myself. Loving yourself is not always this glamorous, let's do a pampering day. Loving yourself is sometimes sitting down and paying your damn bills, making sure you still got a roof over your head, getting out of bed even when you really don't want to, but you do it for yourself. You do the things that your future self thanks you for. You take care of yourself. You heal the things that happened to your past self. You relish in your present self, and you secure your future self. So, love-based reality. But, and your second card is in the flow. When I am in the flow, magic happens. So, I don't know if you guys see the expression on her face. From what I can see in the card, literally it looks like there literally is that third eye chakra activation where her eyes look checked out, but she's not checked out. She's, all this physical material shit doesn't matter. She is literally in the flow of her own spirit. And in order to be in the flow with spirit, you have to be able to listen to spirit. You got to be able to come up out of yourself. You got to be able to come up out of those parts of your mind that take you from your inner consciousness in order to be able to flow. Because spirit is flow. Spirit is movement. And sometimes, even doing stuff to move your body, like doing things like walking and exercise, doing that to remember how to flow and how to move. Because think about your body. Like, I'm a nurse by trade. So it's like a lot of the time I think about how the body works and how, the heart works, how the heart pumps and how it pumps, how it pumps blood through the arteries and the return through the veins. Just in that's a flowing, pumping is a flowing action. It seems so mechanical, but there's flow to it because it's a vibration from the base all the way up. So, flow energy, that energy of ebb and flow, sometimes doing those things like getting out and doing the stuff that actually enables you to physically flow can open you up for a spiritual flow. All right. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull 6 cards for Libra energy for the month of September. These 6 cards basically is just the energy that I'm picking up that's, there in September. I don't do any predictive readings of no sort whatsoever. I'm not predicting what is going to happen in September. I am reading the energy that September is giving off to me. All right. So I need 6 cards for Libra for the month of September. All right, so already I got cards that signify movement here. Yeah. Oh, Libra, Jesus. Libra, what I'm picking up is that emotionally and physically you're over a situation with something or somebody or simply an environment, but I really do feel like it's a somebody. And what I'm getting is like a strong Capricorn, Scorpio somebody. This is either a Capricorn or a Scorpio somebody. So, this person, emotionally, you're no longer vested. Like, literally, this person has took you to the depths of hell. And you just know that you cannot do it no more because literally it's going against you being conscious. It's going against your flow. And with Libra being who Libra is a sign of balance. Libra likes balance. And this person has taken you out of your balance. And it's like you're really feeling the strain of that. You don't appreciate that. So it's like you're emotionally detaching. You're emotionally making a decision to be like, look, I'm cool on that. Like, I'm really cool on that because of the fact that it's toxic. It's taking me off of my square, and I'm already in a place where I'm trying to rearrange my image and rearrange myself. This is taking me backwards. So literally, like, and also with the Eight of Wands, with that ship, Eight of Wands is action in the material. Eight of Wands is not only action in the material sense, but it's also action in spirit. So spirit is pushing you to take action. Spirit is dictating that you move away from this energy. You're already emotionally detached from the energy. You have made the choice to emotionally detach. Emotionally, you're just doing your own thing. You've already chopped up deuces emotionally. But as we all know, a lot of the time, people end up staying in a situation, even though emotionally they are no longer vested for however many reasons that they do. But with the Eight of Wands, it's like Eight of Wands really is saying, is spirit giving you that push and saying, nah, it's not working, you need to get up and get out, period. And like, also in seeing the two dolphins here, in this card particularly is holding up the two dolphins, and dolphins are some of the most intelligent sea creatures there are. They are vastly intelligent, superiorly intelligent to most animal life in the animal kingdom. And it's like their intuition is right on point. You guys are being pushed intuitively to move on and move out of a situation that's no longer serving you. And literally with Eight of Cups, like the Eight of Wands, all I'm seeing is the fact that the Eight of Wands, spirit is literally pushing you to your emotional fulfillment because you're no longer fulfilled in this situation. You're no longer fulfilled in this situation. However, be careful of what it is that you perceive to be your emotional fulfillment, because the fact that the devil energy is so prominent in this reading, like literally the devil energy is smack dab right there. It tells me that the toxic energy in this reading, or simply a toxic Capricorn, or a person with very toxic energy, or your own toxic energy, will follow you, because it's a major arcana. This is something that is major. This is not a minor issue. This is not something that's small, that just because you decided you're emotionally not invested anymore, it's no longer going to be an issue anymore. It doesn't quite work like that. And because you are, spirit's moving you towards pursuing your emotional fulfillment, you still do have to keep in mind the things that you have bound yourself to. Like, really what I am looking at is that you may be finding your emotional fulfillment with this other person, if this is another person or situation, but you need to be very mindful of the nature of this relationship and the things that you all are doing that could bind you to toxic energy, that could take you up outside of yourself in a place that you don't need to be. Because if that does happen, and if that is what's going to happen, then what's going to result in is death and change, and that change is going to be so swift and so immediate. That change is going to be so swift and so immediate that it's going to cause a stagnation in your flow. It's like literally going to cause all of this to stagnate. You won't be in the flow no more. Consciousness will be very difficult to obtain. And usually, like, yeah, that's what I'm seeing, Libra. I really do feel like you guys kind of need to take a step back, and you're in the right direction. You definitely are in the right direction. You have gotten to a point where you're emotionally over some fuck shit. Spirit is moving you towards your emotional fulfillment, but you need to be conscious about how you are going about obtaining your emotional fulfillment, because at this point you are very viable. You are like a seedling, and you can easily burn out. So, or get trampled on. So, especially with the toxic energy of the devil being here, I'd say be very mindful of the energies that you allow around you for the month of September, because with that devil energy, it's like that with that Capricorn, strong Capricorn energy, and with that strong Scorpio energy, you know, and it's a focused Scorpio energy. The Scorpio is this, death is not coming to play with you. It's not. Death has already been scoping you and been looking at the situation and has been observing you and is waiting for you to stumble. So, you know, if you do stumble, death is going to come in and create immediate and swift change for you. And initially, I would say probably for the month of September, and all I'm reading is the energy for September, but I would say that with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse there, it's gonna be a stall out. It really will. It'll be an energy that will stall you out. So literally how you go about this Ten of Cups energy with whomever you are dealing with, how you go about that, you must be mindful in how you go about that, and be mindful of your toxic traits, their toxic traits, general toxicity that surrounds you. If you're mindful of that, you can probably prevent yourself from being in a situation where you are at total stall out, with the Knight of Pentacles being in reverse. So, because you don't want to come from a place where it's like, emotionally, I have gathered myself and recovered myself from some bullshit, and Spirit has guided me to move on. Spirit has brought me to somebody who I feel emotionally fulfills me, or something that emotionally fulfills me, and my own toxic ass traits get in the way of it and ruin it. And then change comes in because I haven't learned the lesson from my toxic ways, and now I'm stalled out again. So that's definitely a consideration, Libra, because literally it's like, do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. And when you are conscious of the good, of the bad, and of the ugly. And sometimes that literally takes being out of your head, and use your surroundings, use that love-based reality, use that reality, that reality of people around you that genuinely do care about you. And if you're surrounded by people who already live in a love-based reality, who already strive to do the best they can to create a love-based reality, then that's probably something that you should probably, you know, take a moment to get out of your head and just try to flow and feel the feelings of that reality, so it takes you up out of the trap of falling into your own, falling back into toxic traits or habits. So, and with that being said, I'm going to pull a card from my deck here. This deck is Black History Flashcards Volume 2, that covers significant Black women who have contributed to Black history. Now, this deck is sold by Urban Intellectuals. If you go to their website, urbanintellectuals.com, I think the deck is like $20 something with shipping and handling. So what I do is I pull a card from this deck to pretty much like figure out what is the energy that Libra needs for the month to embody for the month of September, to kind of, you know, help give them that energetic boost that they need in order, you know, to get through, to enhance. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shuffle the deck. I already shuffled it, but I need one card. Ancestors, one card. All right, so you guys got Saint Escriva Anastasia. Now I know, looking in this woman's eyes, y'all can see it. This is a woman who has been held back, existed in a time of slavery, went through some things, and you see the ferocity and the tenaciousness in her eyes. This woman is not here to play with anybody at all. You see all of it in her eyes, all of it, all of the hate in her eyes, all of the anger, as she has a muffle over her mouth. In this case, Libra, remember, you guys are the only ones who are putting a muffle over your mouth. I did do a moment of silence so that can sink in. Nobody can silence you from speaking your piece. And oftentimes we fall into toxicity because we expect a result that we never even communicated. We never even communicated what we needed to begin with. So how do you expect a result off of something you never communicated was a need? In this case, it's very, very different. She has a muffle over her mouth. Her eyes show all of it. All of it. So look, let's read about Saint, because I'm pretty sure Saint's life got a story to tell. I'm gonna read the notes off the back of the card, and I just kind of leave that there for you guys as ending thoughts, for something for you guys to take away and go think of how it applies to this reading. Beautiful part is that this is a recording, so you can come back and watch this over and over again. All right. So Saint is an Afro-Brazilian slave and martyred saint of Rio de Janeiro. She is a saint. Was the product of a slave-master relationship and was born with piercing blue eyes that set her apart from others. Treated cruelly and forced to wear a slave mask, a collar, and a muzzle made from heavy iron. Forgiving in spirit, Anastasia cured her master's son of a mysterious illness before dying herself from tetanus caused by the slave mask. Now seen as a protector, saint of the descendants of slaves and the poor in Brazil. So I'm gonna just leave it at that, Libra, because I feel like that in and of itself is really, 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 really something to reflect on right there. That whole back of the card said a whole word, you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed your reading for the month of September. Please, please, please subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. If you guys are interested in booking a private reading with me, click the link down below. That will take you to my Squarespace page, which has a plethora of options for readings. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Take care of yourselves. Love, peace, and blessings.